All right, so race recap here with IFS Ultra 4 car from King of the Hammers. I mean, it's always a good time. Definitely the hardest race I've ever driven to date, and definitely the hardest that the car's ever been driven to date. And this car's won 2 Baja 1000s and 2 Mid 400s, so it's been through the ringer. But yeah, we qualified middle of the pack. I mean, it's a 5,300 pound car and it makes 500 horsepower. So considering qualifying as a sprint, not bad. But we went out race day, left the line 42nd. Yeah, got all the way up to 10th. Not sure if that was physically or corrected time. I'm pretty sure it was both. But the way how the start finish line was in the short course this year, basically the pit was on the other side. So the fastest desert lap of the day was a 1:16, 1:17, I don't remember, somewhere right around there. When we pulled into the pit, we were 1 hour and 14 minutes. So we were looking to, if we crossed that final timing loop, we would have been, I mean, it's all hearsay, but basically top 3 as far as corrected time from our desert run. And it was looking like that. We went from 42nd to 10th. Yeah, basically I come down the hill. I turn into the pit. I'm like, oh man, Sky, something doesn't feel right with steering. Come to find out, when you're averaging 70 plus miles an hour in the desert on lap 1. So this CV melted, not really sure why. We packed them full of grease the day before. I'm not sure if it was a grease issue or basically lack there of grease being in it somehow, some way, but either way it melted, and it melted due to not enough lubricant. And so we replaced that. We left the pit. It was like an hour 45, hour 47. So whatever that, it was like roughly 30 minutes to change this CV. But shout out to my guys, because the CV change was fairly quick, but this thing for 45 minutes was still smoking. Like smoldering hot, you couldn't touch it. And I bet you this entire corner upright assembly was 600 plus degrees between the brake, the caliper, the CV. Anyways, we get back out there. We're sitting mid 30s at that point once we replace the front CV. Get all the way back up to, it was like 20th or 18th. Going up a dirt hill outside remote pit 2. Once we just left remote pit 2, to super rocky, bouldery hill, snapped a rear axle shaft. So that sucks. And the way how it broke, it wasn't happening. We sat there for about 15 minutes trying to figure out best plan of attack. Talked to the course official that happened to be right next to us. He got on the horn, told us exactly how to get back to remote pit 2 without getting DQ'd. It was okay from race ops. So he drew this line. We drove that line back to remote pit 2. Took about an hour to get the rear CV and axle shaft replaced. I have no idea where we were sitting on position at that point. Went back out there. Yeah, got all the way up to 32nd. Rolled in nightmare. Had to winch the car back over. So rolled in a stupid spot, in a stupid way. But honestly, that's how they happen out at Hammers. Got the car pulled up back upright, spent about 45 minutes there. Coming into main pit, we're going to time out. Trans was about 285 degrees, and we were like, we either time out or we blow the transmission out of this thing. And I gave for 37 miles, I had 36 minutes to go. And I gave the car everything it had. And at one point, the guys looked down. We were doing 106 miles an hour through not a lake bed, and the car held together. But unfortunately, when we went out on lap 3, because we made the time cutoff, trying to get up back door, I put it in reverse to back up to line the car up a little bit better, and I had no reverse. So we made it out of the top of resolution, and that's kind of where our day ended. Was we didn't want to go dropping all the super gnarly lap 3 rock trails with no reverse. It's kind of just asking to put yourself in a bad spot. So for safety concerns, we ended up calling it there. Kind of gutted. Definitely not a quitter's mentality. Having to call it that way definitely hurts. But anyways, that's the update. I would like to point out, so we were on the original set of all 4 Falken tires for 157 miles through the hardest rock race in the world. No flats. We changed driver rear because it had a pretty gnarly cut through it. Was not leaking though. Just had a pretty gnarly cut. Ended up swapping that out anyways, just to be safe, because how gnarly these rock trails are. Thank you guys for all your support.